China's rise to global prominence is undeniable. The country's economic expansion has been nothing short of remarkable, propelling it to become the world's second-largest economy. But China's ambitions extend far beyond economic power. Beijing seeks to reshape the existing global order and establish itself as a leading power on the world stage. China's growing influence is being felt across multiple domains, from international institutions to cultural diplomacy. One key aspect of China's strategy is its cultivation of relationships with countries around the world. Beijing has invested heavily in building ties with nations in Africa, Latin America, and Southeast Asia, offering economic assistance and development projects. Through these efforts, China aims to create a network of partners and allies that support its interests and vision for a multipolar world. This strategic approach has raised concerns among some observers who see it as a challenge to the existing US-led international order. As China's influence continues to expand, understanding the implications for regional and global security becomes increasingly critical. China's military modernization has proceeded at an alarming pace. The People's Liberation Army has undergone a significant transformation, acquiring advanced weaponry and developing new capabilities. China's naval expansion is particularly noteworthy. The PLA Navy has rapidly expanded its fleet, launching new destroyers, frigates, and aircraft carriers. This buildup has enabled China to project power further from its shores, extending its reach into the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Beyond naval power, China has also made strides in developing its nuclear arsenal. Recent estimates suggest that China possesses over 600 nuclear warheads, and this number is projected to increase to over 1,000 by 2030. This growing nuclear capability has raised concerns about a potential arms race in the region, particularly as tensions between China and the United States continue to rise. China's military modernization is not merely about acquiring new weapons. It reflects a broader shift in strategic thinking. Beijing is increasingly assertive in its foreign policy, demonstrating a willingness to use military force to advance its interests. This assertiveness is most evident in the South China Sea, where China has engaged in territorial disputes with its neighbors. The South China Sea has become a focal point of geopolitical competition in the Indo-Pacific region. China claims sovereignty over almost the entire sea, a claim disputed by several Southeast Asian nations, including Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Brunei. To bolster its claims, China has engaged in a series of assertive actions, including building artificial islands, deploying military assets, and conducting naval exercises in disputed waters. These actions have heightened tensions with neighboring countries and raised concerns among extra-regional powers, including the United States, Japan, and Australia. The United States, in particular, has conducted freedom of navigation operations in the South China Sea to challenge China's excessive maritime claims and uphold international law. The South China Sea dispute is not merely about territorial control. It also has implications for freedom of navigation and access to vital shipping lanes. The South China Sea is a major artery of global trade, with trillions of dollars worth of goods passing through its waters annually. China's assertive actions in the region have raised concerns about potential disruptions to these critical shipping routes. China's economic rise has been a defining feature of the 21st century. The country's rapid economic growth has lifted millions out of poverty and transformed it into a global economic powerhouse. However, China's economic expansion has also been accompanied by concerns about its trade practices, intellectual property theft, and unfair competition. One of China's key economic strategies is the Belt and Road Initiative, a massive infrastructure development project that aims to connect China with countries in Asia, Africa, and Europe. While the Belt and Road Initiative has been touted as a tool for promoting economic development, critics argue that it is a debt-trap diplomacy scheme designed to extend China's geopolitical influence. China's economic statecraft has had a profound impact on the Indo-Pacific region. Beijing has become a major trading partner for many countries in the region, offering access to its vast market and providing investments in infrastructure and development projects. This economic clout has given China considerable leverage, allowing it to exert influence over the policies of smaller states. Section 5. Regional Responses, a Patchwork of Strategies. China's growing assertiveness has not gone unnoticed by its neighbors. countries across the Indo-Pacific region have been grappling with how to respond to China's rise. These responses have varied, reflecting each country's unique circumstances, historical experiences, and strategic calculations. Some countries, such as Japan and Australia, have adopted more confrontational approaches, strengthening their military capabilities and deepening security ties with the United States. Others, like Indonesia and Vietnam, have sought to balance their relationships with both China and the United States, hedging their bets and avoiding being drawn into a great power rivalry. ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, has struggled to maintain a united front in the face of China's assertive actions in the South China Sea. While some ASEAN members have sought to push back against China's claims, others have been more reluctant to jeopardize their economic ties with Beijing. Section 6. Japan, strengthening its defenses. Japan has emerged as one of the most vocal critics of China's assertive behavior in the Indo-Pacific. Tokyo has been particularly concerned by China's growing military presence in the East China Sea, where the two countries have a long-standing territorial dispute over the Senkaku-Diaoyu Islands. In response to the perceived threat from China, Japan has been steadily strengthening its defense capabilities. In 2022, Japan announced plans to double its defense spending over the next 5 years, a significant increase that reflects the country's growing sense of unease. Japan has also been deepening its security cooperation with the United States, conducting joint military exercises, and acquiring advanced weapons systems. Beyond military measures, Japan has also been active on the diplomatic front, seeking to build a coalition of like-minded countries to counter China's influence. Tokyo has strengthened its ties with Australia, India, and European nations, and has been a vocal advocate for a free and open Indo-Pacific. Section 7. The ASEAN Balancing Act. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, faces a delicate balancing act in navigating the complexities of the Indo-Pacific region. ASEAN members are acutely aware of China's growing economic and military might, and they are wary of becoming overly reliant on Beijing. At the same time, they recognize the importance of maintaining strong economic ties with China, which has become a major trading partner for many ASEAN countries. ASEAN has sought to maintain a neutral stance in the South China Sea dispute, calling for a peaceful resolution based on international law. However, China's assertive actions in the region have made it increasingly difficult for ASEAN to maintain unity and speak with a single voice. Some ASEAN members, such as Vietnam and the Philippines, have been more vocal in their opposition to China's claims, while others, such as Cambodia and Laos, have been more reluctant to challenge Beijing. This division within ASEAN has hampered the organization's ability to effectively address the South China Sea issue. Section 8. The Future of Regional Security. Uncertainty and Opportunity. The Indo-Pacific region is at a critical juncture. China's rise as a global power has fundamentally altered the regional security landscape, creating both challenges and opportunities. The future of regional security will depend on a complex interplay of factors, including the evolving relationship between China and the United States, the actions of regional actors, and the evolution of global power dynamics. One of the key uncertainties is the trajectory of U.S.-China relations. The relationship between the world's two largest economies has become increasingly competitive in recent years, with tensions rising over trade, technology, and security issues. How this relationship evolves will have a profound impact on the Indo-Pacific region. Another key factor is the role of regional actors. Countries in the Indo-Pacific have a stake in shaping the regional order, and their actions will be critical in determining the future of regional security. Cooperation among regional actors will be essential to address common challenges, such as maritime security, terrorism, and climate change. Section 9. Conclusion. Navigating a new era. The rise of China is one of the most consequential developments of the 21st century. China's growing economic and military power has had a profound impact on the Indo-Pacific region, reshaping the regional security landscape and creating both challenges and opportunities. Navigating this new era will require careful diplomacy, strategic thinking, and a willingness to adapt to changing circumstances. The United States and its allies will need to work together to deter Chinese aggression while also seeking areas of cooperation on shared interests. Regional actors will need to strengthen their own capabilities and cooperate with one another to maintain peace and stability. The future of the Indo-Pacific region hangs in the balance. By working together, the countries of the region can build a more secure, prosperous, and stable future for all.